Hi everyone, my name is Paige and my presentation today aims to share my passion for helping children to build resilience. My take-home kit is specifically designed to reach further than just the child, to inform and give families practical ideas and activities to help their children foster and develop resilience within the home. Through my practical placements and work experience in schools, early learning centres and the Children's Detention Centre, I've come to observe a common connection between children's ability to display resiliency and then their overall outcomes in comparison with children their own age. From here, I've continued on and researched and found many studies outlining the connection between resilience and positive holistic development, as well as made connections to the need for resiliency within our changing economic future. The aims and ideas underpinning this toolkit come from three main points that I have narrowed down from the research and understanding listed above. Number one, that there is a powerful connection between children's holistic success, both academic and developmental, and children developing and utilising resilient strategies and behaviours. Number two, that there is a need to reach further than just the child in our classrooms, and that we need to upskill and inform families so we can have a shared understanding and goal for resiliency, which can then be supported and modelled in all environments surrounding the child. Number three, that we can use family partnerships to meet the curriculum and societal needs for children to have these skills, understanding and knowledge to overcome potential barriers and challenges that they may face within our modern 21st century. So, a definition for resilience: the process of adapting in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threat, or other significant sources of stress, such as family and relationship problems, serious health problems, or workplace and financial stresses. Or it means bouncing back from a difficult experience. So this specific definition of resilience would be included within the kit, and I would have gone over many times with the children in the classroom. But I think it's important for us to have it as we go through the activities, as each activity or information within the kit aims to achieve this within the home and with the parent. So going further, as I go through each activity, the aim is to help families achieve an understanding to the main skills and concepts of resilience, to provide practical ideas for families to use in the home, and to create shared opportunities where families can have discussions about resilience, mainly through using children's literature. So why is there a need for children and families to develop and display resilience? So when looking at our leading documents and frameworks within education, there are many references outlining how critical it is for our students to have the skills and knowledge embedded within resiliency. So for example, the Melbourne Declaration states that children require explicitly taught skills, understanding and knowledge to be able to respond to the challenges of the 21st century. With its complex environmental, social and economic pressures, young people are required to be creative, innovative and adaptable, with the motivation, confidence and skills to use critical and creative thinking purposefully. Furthermore, the Australian curriculum states that critical and creative thinking are integral to activities that require students to think broadly and deeply using skills, behaviours and dispositions such as logic, resourcefulness, imagination and innovation in all learning areas at school and in their lives beyond school. And so the big idea is that leading documents and frameworks that guides teachers supports our evolving economy and job force that no longer requires repetition-based jobs such as factory workers or mass reproduction. And with our further advanced society, there is more for a need for children to have the confidence to problem solve, be intuitive and resilient when faced with challenges that need to be solved. So this kit aims to be a part of this process through aiding families to have this understanding and support resilience within the home. Lastly, statistics outlined through studies conducted by Beyond Blue Australia and the Australian Bureau of Statistics show a sequential increase in the percentage of children aged between 4 and 17 years old who are diagnosed with a mental illness or mental disorder. It is suggested that with an increased exposure to technologies and media, children are exposed to many challenges within our 21st century and are not equipped to process or rationalise these challenges. The teaching and promotion of resilience-based skills can play a big role in responding to these statistics and supporting children and their families' mental health. And so the big idea here is that through supporting and teaching resilient strategies within both the classroom and in the home, it will play a critical role in combating an increase of these statistics for our future generations and equipping functional and contributing societal members. So I have designed this kit with a mixture of information and practical activities that aims to support families to embed activities within the home to bring about skills and understandings of resilience. Starting from the right up hand corner is an information brochure that is aimed at just the parents, which should also be matched with the Sedera upskill sheet, which aligns with the school program and gives really clear understandings to the main ideas and concepts within resiliency. There is also a growth mindset poster and activity that the families can do with their children, a take-home bounce back bear, which aligns with the Sedera resiliency program that the children would have been doing in class, so it's embedding that connection between what the children have been doing in the classroom and how we can bring this into the home, a range of children literature, and then nature play information card outlining how resiliency can be brought up within nature play, and nature play resources and ideas that the family can do together. So the information brochure aims to reach not just the child but also upskill the parent and family knowledge. I didn't want the brochure to be too overwhelming for families, just a really simple, easy to read brochure that has both a definition, why it's important for a child, and the main skills and concepts. The information on the brochure also links to the Sedera resiliency program that the children would have been working on within the classroom, so that the vocabulary is the same, and it also relates to the infographics that are also within the kit. Once parents have a really good understanding of what is resilience, how we can build resilience within the child, and the major skills and contributing factors, I feel like they would have a more confident standpoint and be able to facilitate some of the activities within the kit. Okay, so alongside the information brochure will also be these infographics that are provided by the Sedera Resiliency Program that the children would have been doing activities within the classroom. So a lot of the information and the vocabulary is the same, which I find is important to share with the parents and the families, and something that they can also bring up at home. So there's 3 different ones that I'll be including. One is Resilient Kids, which further explains ways that parents can embed resiliency modelling within their parenting, so things like letting your child make mistakes, don't fight their battles, encouraging them to problem solve. The next one is resilient skills to practice, so things like positive thinking, making friends, being the boss of our out of control feelings, and don't be a blind mouse. So these exact skills are also used in lessons within the Sedera program, which the children would have been involved in their classroom. And the last one is creating resilience together, which really outlines the specific skills that are embedded within resiliency, such as self-management skills, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. So this just provides some extra information for the parents to be able to take in when doing some of the practical activities with their child. So this will also be the last of the information type aspect of the kit. The whole rest of the kit is really to practically involve and encourage families to do activities that are going to bring out these skills, such as positive thinking, self-management, self-awareness, letting them make mistakes and take risks. So this is the last of that information, and then what follows is ways that it can be embedded within activities within the home. So in the kit will be a QR code for the parents to access Nature Play WA at home. And you can see here that if you click resources and then for families, there's a whole bunch of resources that families can access and embed within their home and parenting behaviours. So although there are lots of resources and information as well on this Nature Play in regards to resiliency, I've also included and printed out 3 main resources that the parents can use within their home that I feel are really important and relate to the times. So on this slide is just a real close-up of the 3 main resources from Nature Play WA website under that Families tab. So the first one is a green time versus screen time recording. So it says that within the week there should only be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one time, half an hour a day where children are accessing screen time, but there all should be an equal match for that of the time where children are spending outdoors and in nature. So this tool just helps a really visual way for parents and children to see that comparison of how much green time they're getting versus how much screen time. The second picture is 25 things to do in winter. On the website there's also things to do in spring, summer, autumn. It just says we're coming into winter. I thought I would include that one, and it can provide some ideas for what they can do in that green time if they're running out of ideas for themselves. I've also included a time in nature has not been cancelled, which provides ideas for things that families can do still in nature while being in social isolation. Before sending the kit home, I would go through the list with the children in the classroom and help them to be able to relate the 2 different resources and how they can use the visual planner to cross off the screen time as they do them with their family, and also how they can work through the list with their family and explain the different ideas. We would also maybe do some of the activities within the classroom. So Bounce Back Bear is a concept within the Sedera Resiliency package that the children would have been going through and unpacking within the classroom, and the children will take home an actual Bounce Back Bear backpack, and in their backpack they put in different strategies that they can use to bounce back in difficult situations or environments. They'll also receive a Bounce Back Bear colouring in page, which is from the Resiliency and Wellbeing focus area from the package that they do in the classroom. And it's something that it can just embed what the children are learning about in the classroom and how it can be used with something physical at home. Children will also be encouraged to write down or put in new strategies into the backpack while they have it with their families, with maybe ideas that they've picked up from the children's literature or activities that they have done within the home. So next we have a 2-part growth mindset resource that the children have been going over within the classroom, but the aim here is to provide something simple that the children can do with their parents to embed this knowledge of in the classroom, and something that the children can co-create with their families to help develop their understanding. So the first is a poster that reads, I have a growth mindset. I'm in charge of how smart I am because I can grow my brain. Like a muscle by learning hard things. I can achieve anything with effort and right strategies. And when I fail or make a mistake, it's a great thing because I can learn from them and I can get better. And then with that is a my mindset matters, where the children can fill out with their parent and then bring back to school for us to write, do a written piece on. So the point of this worksheet is it's just something else that the parents can sit down, work on some literacy with their child and come up with these concepts together. There's something that is easy for me, something that is hard, something that I need more practice on, etc. So they can explore these ideas as a family. And the last of the resources will be a range of resiliency based children's literature. We would have already read some of these within the classroom, some are new, but the main idea here is to model some strategies and to help the children to be able to relate to other characters in how they have used the strategies of maybe self-awareness and different scenarios that it may come up with. As we know, children's literature is also such a wonderful way to engage and excite children on topics and can be a really beautiful way that parents can really connect with their child to bring about this topic within the home. So there'll be 3 or 4 different books that the parents can read with their child, and hopefully they'll reread them again. And then after each child has taken the kit home, there'd be an activity in the class of what was their favourite book and a little bit of a recount of the information that was in there.